former Vice President of the Integrity Ambassadors Club of Kibuli SS, and currently I am a member. Before you today, I am going to recite a poem entitled The Antidote. According to the 9th edition of the Oxford Dictionary, the word antidote means a substance that controls the effect of poison or a disease. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand here today, we come to understand that integrity is the antidote to the crimes committed in our society. Crimes like corruption, bribery, and different hate crimes that are committed by our own people. So ladies and gentlemen, before you, I'm going to start my poem in 3, 2, 1. The Antidote. See the scars burning on her face. See the bacteria that is growing in her body. See the viruses that are spreading all around her body, busy mutating all around. That is corruption. We are suffering hate crime. We are suffering the cancer that is building up in our body, that is shaped in forms of lies, deceit. We are struggling. We are crying out. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. But right now, with the help of the IGG, we have the antidote right before us. Right before our faces is the antidote to the mother corruption that is bringing up all the crimes and all the suffering in our country, Uganda. Before you, ladies and gentlemen, the antidote is here. INTEGRITY. It doesn't cost a lot. It all requires you to do the right thing at the right time, in the right place, with the right purpose. All it requires you to do is to be true to yourself and do the right thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let us embrace integrity to bring prosperity to our country. Thank you.
Before I begin my speech, I want to appreciate all of you once again for being here for this noble cause, and appreciate my former team for having the heart to take us on. That is Sammy Bell, and we are going to be debating. I'm doing first speech, she's doing second speech and third speech. I'm going to do reply. So, I'm going to begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. This house believes that modern technology makes it harder to maintain integrity. Now, what is integrity in simple terms? Integrity is the ability to do something right even when no one is watching. We need to understand that right now our lives have been reduced to the size of a phone. Why? Whatever is put on social media out there is not going to dictate your entire life. If Hanifa woke up one day and ran these nudes, or an AI member just created a creating some pornography, it won't matter that she was a head prefect. It won't matter that she was the president of the Ambassadors Club. All she would be is the naked girl on social media. So how then are this team of going to come here and convince us that such a world is more likely to maintain integrity? We're going to now mention 3 major arguments. 1, anonymity of social media. 2, cloud chasing. 3, algorithmic bias. I want us to understand what we are looking at today. We're in a world where everyone wants to prove a point. I want to be seen as that girl. I want to look like someone's Pinterest page. Why not am I going to maintain integrity? If I have friends who are driving and someone gives me 50 million to, let me say, build a road for any number cause, why then would I get that money and put it on the road? Now, even if you guys want to come and argue that social media is a wide platform that puts everyone out there and everyone is able to be tracked and followed, this is a very problematic analysis. Why? Because when everyone is in the spotlight, everyone is on stage, and only performances happen on stage, which means that we're less likely to access for being honest. Why? Because everyone is watching. If I'm a bad person, and right now the inspector of government is present, why then would I show my bad manners? Why would I cast? It is for the performance, which defeats the entire purpose of this club and the entire purpose of integrity, which means it's going to be very problematic for them to come and push that narrative. 3, they may try to cover things like digital footprint. What is the digital footprint? We have apps like Google, creating AIs like Nano Banana that have a 98% accuracy to human features. It means if I hate Sammy enough and I'm jealous of him enough, all it takes for me is one picture of his on social media and one voice note for me to ruin his entire life. Now, where is the integrity in that? All these ideas they might try to push panel, I want us to understand how problematic they are. Look at yourself as an individual. We have had people creating hate pages. We have heard of things like Kibuli bans are coming up. And things are being put on social media. Where is the integrity in that? Modern day technology gives everyone a platform to say what they want. I can be anonymous. I'm going to make a page saying that girl. How are you going to know who that girl is? There are very many that girls in the universe. Which means me as Lady Hanifa, I can come and I abuse you, I spread rumors about you, and I ruin your whole life. Where is the integrity in that? This is why, Pado, we start struggling with the fact that modern day integrity makes it hard to maintain integrity. Now we look at the stakeholders in this case. Who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders are the people, right? We have to understand that as children in school, social media has a very big influence. People are failing to get jobs because of digital footprints, which means that when someone has been lied about on the internet, they are most likely not going to be able to actually stand up and talk for themselves. What does this then look like? We are not benefiting the stakeholder with technology. Why? Because you're going to ruin someone's life. You're going to put someone's life entirely in the grass. We have seen our friends commit suicide because of things on social media. We have some of us here who are suicidal and hate ourselves, not because we're ugly, not because we're terrible people, but because modern technology has told us we are not enough. Hello.
Are there other forms of integrity other than those displayed on social
Yes, but according to what you're talking about modern technology, and I believe our definition covers all those forms. So as I was saying, at the end of the day, panel, we need to realize that this is actually very problematic for us, because why must a beautiful girl feel the need to bleach? I mean, if you're dark skinned and you feel like brown is the narrative, then why then should I actually have that thing? Because modern day technology makes it hard to be integral. When I get that bleaching cream and put it on my face, I am not maintaining integrity. So how then are you going to push a narrative? Now, even if I take them on their best case scenario, right? And I say that modern day technology makes it easier to maintain integrity. How are you going to maintain that? As my next speaker is going to expand on this, technology is as good as the person using it. Whoever holds the phone controls the narrative. Whoever manages the account controls what the media is going to see. What does that mean, Panu? Giving someone this ability to make or break you, how is this going to ensure technology? And by the way, just to make clear, I don't want this debate trend about how technology is a bad thing. We need to focus more on how it helps to maintain technology. And with that, Panu, I don't expect anyone to come here and say things that, oh, I'm against social media, what. I'm not, I'm just arguing that it makes it harder to maintain technology. And with that, I rest my case.
As a social currency. Dear judges, we bring for example the banking systems. In the banking systems, we bring to you that 72% of the banks globally, according to the World Bank, track the fraudism in the system, and these algorithms help to detect inconsistencies, hence bringing up integrity. It has bring up integrity in the society. Dear judges, we bring up our stakeholders as the people. Who is integrity helping the most? It is the people. And dear judges, that's why we're coming to tell you very well that the fraud incidents in the banking industry, for example, where most people keep their money, were reduced by 41% between 2021 and 2022 due to advanced technology. Dear judges, we are seeing very well that, for example, in the school systems right now, we're having a digital system, the digital school system management, for example, the MIS, whereby students are being tracked by the government and the teachers are also being tracked, meaning that attendance is being tracked, the school results are being tracked, and there's a lot of transparency in the system. And saying negative, saying affirmative, doesn't come to show us how all these things are promoted. They come to tell us only social media. And saying opposition, we are telling you very well that this debate is not all about the disadvantages of modern technology. This debate is all about how modern technology is either making it harder or making it simpler to maintain integrity. The POI.
Can cryptocurrencies be tracked?
Dear judges, this debate is about cryptocurrencies. It's about what? It's about integrity being promoted by what? Modern technology. And we are bringing up this debate aside negative, looking at the systems. We look at the systems because cryptocurrency is not something that is looked at by everyone. Not everyone uses what? Cryptocurrency. But everyone uses banks, everyone goes to school, everyone is using the different systems, and everyone is being managed by the offices. So dear judges, we're coming to tell you very well that, for example, in the offices, we have surveillance cameras that are looking at people, and they are giving proof. They are giving proof, which help with that accountability and auditing. We are having AI detecting tools which detect the integrity. And we are telling you very well, dear judges, that these integral crimes have always existed. These integral crimes have always existed. There's always been corruption between the modern technology, advanced. It has been there long before. Technology has only made it simpler, but at the same time, technology has also strengthened the detection, meaning that there is a lot of detection of fraud, there is a lot of detection of all these things. So we're coming here to tell very well that we are simplifying the case by showing you how the modern technology has helped actually to detect all these things and hence maintaining integrity. I rest my case.
2, 1. Former speaker comes here and tells us that we are not supposed to be talking about social media, yet she also says that we cannot talk about cryptocurrency because not everyone is using it. But then I'd like to pose a question. How many people here are using social media? Is it right for you to frame out an argument that every single person here has access to? We can all use Instagram, we can all use Snapchat, but then you come here and have the audacity to frame out an entire social media platform because you don't want to argue it. The least you could say is that you don't know what to say about it. Now she comes and she's saying, rest. Now she comes and she gives us how technology has helped us to do certain things in society. She tells us that technology has helped to bring out the wrong things that are being done in government. That in banks we can see that there is more transparency in banks and in government structures. But then we also come and tell you, when someone comes and brings forth proof of people having stolen iron sheets and no one does anything about that proof, have you really ensured anything at the end of the day? There is nothing going on. We come and we tell you that this information that is being brought forth is only useful if the structures and systems have been set to do something about it. That's why clubs like the Integrity Club of Kibuli exist. Because even though there is systems to get evidence, this evidence does not stand in a society where people are not ready to do anything about it. We come and we give our argument, number 2, as anonymity. And we tell you because it is anonymous when someone is doing something wrong, there is no chance for me to come and ensure that this person is punished. Because there is no side effects or there is no repercussion of what is going to be done on social media or anything is going to be done because of anonymity when it comes to things like disappearing messages on WhatsApp and incognito tabs on Google, then that means that I cannot come and punish someone because the proof there has already been buried. We come and we tell you that technology is a double-edged sword. While it is used for good things, at the same time, in the hands of the wrong person, it is used for entirely wrong things. We tell you that because cryptocurrencies are untraceable, when Ugandan politicians steal money from our government, we have no way to get back this money because you cannot trace Monero back to the buyer. Do you know what Monero is? No, you don't know. That shows you that these people are making arguments that are baseless. And that's why we come and tell you that our side is winning the case today. We come and we tell you, at the end of the day, yes, technology might be useful. Yes, technology has good things according to it, but they come and they tell us that we will not talk about advantages and disadvantages. However, entirely for us to show the value of technology when it comes to integrity, we shall show you how technology has failed to bring forth integrity, and these are its disadvantages. You cannot come and frame out an entire debate. Then, if you're going to frame out social media, you're going to frame out advantages and disadvantages, then, ladies and gentlemen, what will you talk about? Accepting.
Do we come to the understanding of very many forms of other technology, modern technology?
Yes, technology by literacy is just a way of doing things. So now we come and we tell you that technology is a double-edged sword. If we say that modern technology has brought forth integrity, we also come and we tell you that modern technology has made it harder for us to trace people who are dishonest. Therefore, your argument does not stand. We tell you that even though different forms of technology exist, the forms of technology that are creating dishonest people, that are putting down integrity, are the forms of technology that we are talking about today. Technology like cryptocurrency that is removing that's making money untraceable. Technologies like social media that is defaming people. And if I comes and tells you that even though someone wants to do the right thing, and I get Nano Banana and I make a nude picture of her, then Hanifa's picture is going to go everywhere and she's going to be defamed and no one's ever going to find out about this. So because no one's going to find out about this, there will not be accountability for these actions. And without accountability, integrity can never exist. Because you can never do the right thing if no one has told you what you are doing is wrong.
begins in 3, 2, 1. This house believes that modern technology makes it harder to maintain integrity. So, my colleague comes and forwards a POI. Do we come to the understanding that there are other forms of technology? Meanwhile, from team proposition, we get nothing to the response to this. We would like to inform you that there are various other means of modern technology, for example, surveillance cameras, biometrics, and other things. And we'd like to prevail. The reason why we framed out social media was because social media actually narrows the debate, because there are a diverse range of other forms of modern technology that actually deserve a stand in the debate of today. So panel, they come and tell us that actually we want to inform them that this honesty has already been in existence before modern technology, and modern technology only, actually social media only comes in as a platform for its spread. So I'd like to tell that social media is not actually introducing the dishonesty and causing disruptions in modern causing disruptions in integrity. Otherwise, it's actually only providing a platform for the disruption of modern technology. So panel, our case is that we would like to look at the view where modern technological provisions such as surveillance cameras and digital provisions actually coming in the detection of corruption cases and dishonesty, whereby modern technology actually mainly helps in detecting dishonesty and corruption cases in given areas, which is the base of integrity maintenance. So, office surveillance cameras help in monitoring employee accountability and compliance. It has been observed on statistics that organizations in use of modern technology report 25 to 40% improvement of employee compliance.
Can't VPNs entirely erase camera footage and at the end of the day even kill the relevance of biometrics? How then can you frame out social media when it is the primary base of modern technology?
We agree that VPN can actually do all that, but we'd like to look at the way modern technology has actually had a role to play in the side of integrity. So we'd like to tell that it's actually the people who are carrying out this honesty, but we as the opposers actually come and put on podium that modern technology has actually played its role in promotion of integrity. So as I was saying, organizations in use of modern technology report 25 to 40% improvement in employee compliance. This is by surveillance cameras have observed that maybe a worker has not attended the university or not, and therefore they are able to monitor and then improve on employee compliance. So I'd like to inform you that fraud detection has also been improved by modern technology. Disallowed. So fraud incidents have reduced significantly by 41% globally after the adoption of modern technology advancements. And this has in our side of the debate showed you how modern technology has actually promoted integrity. So I'd like to inform you that countries that have adopted e-government platforms see up to 20 to 30% reductions in corruption complaints in Singapore. So we'd like to look at a world where all governments of every single nation have actually adopted e-government platforms. This would look like a corruption-free world whereby we would have managed corruption via modern technology. So team proposition, we would like you to actually be reasonable and match up to our case to see that social media is actually a very narrow thing to debate a motion as wide as modern technology. Lecturers.
Begin in 3, 2, 1. Entire negative argument is made on the premise that there is only good forms of technology that is developed. They come and they frame out social media because they think that we cannot look at and they ask us questions, are there other forms of technology? But the issue is that why are you arguing only the good forms of technology? The issue is technology. And the fact that there are wrong things being done with technology means that we should talk about all forms of technology, including social media. Framing out an argument is not making our debate wider, it's making it narrower. In this case, saying that we are arguing a narrow case is on them. They come and they give our argument and they say that other forms of technology like surveillance have improved integrity. That goes completely against our definition of integrity. Integrity is the ability to do the right thing when you are not being watched. So their argument states that surveillance is going to ensure more people to comply with the right thing to do, but they are being watched. because that's surveillance. So at the end of the day, you can only do the right thing when you are being watched. That's defeating the entire purpose of arguing about integrity. We are not arguing corruption. We are arguing doing the right thing without even being seen. And that's why that argument does not stand in our case. We come and tell you on our side that because of anonymity, there is no repercussion for the wrong things being done. That means that even though I do a wrong thing, because no one is going to find out that I've done the wrong thing, there will be nothing, that they will do nothing to me. And because they'll do nothing to me, that doesn't stop me from doing the exact same thing over and over again. And we come and we tell you that structures that have been set up, like cloud chasing and algorithmic bias, have also ensured that people start working like this. Because I need money to go and buy a Mercedes-Benz like the person who's on Pinterest, I am going to steal the money at the end of the day. And I'm going to steal the money to buy my Benz. Our debate here is supposed to show us how technology has taken that out of the system. How has technology ensured that people start doing the right thing, even in a world that is very superficial and in a world that ensures that people look for money and not value. And that's why their cases don't stand. They do not show us the values in that case, and they cannot stand in this debate. We come and we tell you that so the entire case is summarized in one sentence. People only do the right thing when they are being watched. And because they are being watched, by the right technology, by the way, then they are going to do the right thing. We come and tell you that right now, because of social media advancement, people are not being watched. Because of social media advancement, Monero is not trackable. Because of social media advancement, there is incognito tabs on Google. Because of social media advancement, there are shell companies that don't really exist. Government is paying 1 million workers and they do not know if these workers are real, because they have real worker profiles in their systems. And that has shown us why integrity no longer stands. Because in a world where everyone is on stage, everything we do is performances. They will come and show us on BBC that we have done this, this, and this, and this. But we do not know what has really happened, because at the end of the day, whatever they are doing is untraceable. So we do not know what they are doing. The only thing that can ensure integrity in our society is to speak to people from when they are young, to ensure that they know that there is a framework of what's good and what's bad, to ensure that people know that there are right ways to do the right thing, to ensure that people have a choice when they ask them for kitu kidogo. They can say, no, I am not going to give you 2,000 to let my car go through. To tell them, no, I do not have the money to help you give me birth, because the government already allows me to give birth without you having asked for any money. That is the only way we can fight integrity. Not with technology, not with fancy equipment, but by telling the people repeatedly what to do, what is right, and what is wrong. I rest.
My speech in 3, 2, 1. So, Chair, we are debating with team proposition that practically has a narrow understanding to this particular debate of today. So we come and tell them that in the first place, we are not looking at social media, eh? And why aren't we looking to social media? Because there are other forms of modern technology. Technologies like surveillance cameras, technologies like most probably digital imprints, very many things that are existing in the world and are being used by people to simplify their job. We come and run a debate that is most probably looking at simplifying integrity. We do not bother about the fact that people are not going to be integral. That's not our issue. Our issue is practically modern technology is simplifying what? Integrity. In what ways? Being given by the first speaker and the second speaker. We tell you that banking systems are being simpler. We tell you that judicial systems and school systems are also being simpler. We tell you that we are doing away with fraudism from our second speech. We tell you that we are doing away with proof. We are telling you that we are doing we are dealing with transparency and accountability. You decide to neglect that. But then you come and tell us that because of social media, because people are dealing with maybe stage, the world is now a stage and everyone has to show off something. They are not, I'm going to take it later, they're not going to take anything seriously because of the social media and then not being integral. But then what kind of questions rise from your side of the house? We want you to, I'm going to take it later, please wait. We want you to come and really show us what side of the house really curbs that dishonesty that is being run around in the society? Then your alternatives comes in your third speech. Then you're like, maybe in the first place, people will need to be integral just by being spoken to and understanding the right thing to do. But then in the first place, we tell you that even though you try to run the fact that social media has been the main issue in this particular debate, it does not stand. Because again, in the first way, you do not stand to the stakeholders' benefits the best, because you have two stakeholders in this particular debate: modern technology and the people that are going to be using this modern technology. How does modern day technology ensure you're doing the right thing while you're not being watched? Then I'm coming to that, dear speaker. I'm coming to that. Moving back to what I was saying, who benefits the stakeholder base? We talk about modern technology and social media, modern technology and people. So we look at what modern technology has practically done to what? To the people in particular. It's our main run in this entire debate is the fact that modern technology is existing, and what is it doing to maintain simplicity in integrity. And what you say is practically that modern technology is in existence and it has done nothing to maintain integrity. And what do you classify as modern technology is practically social media. But then when you come and then talk about things like maybe surveillance cameras being the fact that people are not being integral out of their own will, that's a person's will. What I've done at my workplace depends on what I want in my workplace. I want order, I want social integrity. I will put cameras in my workplace, and that does not matter in one way or the other whether you're being forced to be integral. That is your fault. You're at my workplace, you need to be forced to be integral. Chair, we run hello?
How do we remove the need for someone to be forced?
We don't need to know. The fact of the matter is integrity being met at a workplace? Is integrity being met at a school area? Is integrity being met at judicial areas? That's the fact of the matter. No one cares whether you're going to be in your bedroom and you're not integral. Are you integral at my workplace? That's the fact of the matter. So, Chair, we come and tell you that we are looking at things that practically are. Tech is simply a tool that we are using in the modern day world, and we look at it as something that is meant to simplify our ways of work and meant to simplify how we deal with our social lives. And then I beg to rest.
My speech in 3, 2, 1. Panel. Side affirmative debates this debate on emotion and exaggerated imagination. Dear judges, we come and then we tell you very well that our side is curbing the disintegral cases, because we are looking at how these surveillance cameras, how these different modern technology tools are helping in detecting these things. We come and then we told you very well in our first speech that corruption and different disintegral crimes have been there the whole time. What modern technology is coming to do on our side is to help detect it and help expose it. That is why we talked about the surveillance cameras. The surveillance cameras came as a way to bring out the burden of what? Of proof. Whereby we're talking about how these surveillance cameras are helping to prove it. But next side affirmative, let's come and show us how. Let's come and show us how the people who are behind all these things are being trained. Because they come and then they argue that the incognito, the AI systems are putting people at stake, where we're talking about them as the stakeholders, but they're not showing us how these people are trained to be integral, and they are not actually practicing integrity because of the modern technology. I beg to rest.
Speech. I'm going to begin my reply speech in 3, 2, 1. Motion balance. This was a value motion, so side op was expected to come here and argue the debate on value, and let us see how we beat them on that. 1, we gave them our side. What was our side? We are saying modern day technology makes it to maintain integrity. We give you examples on how modern day technology makes people anonymous and how they can't be traced, which defeats the entire purpose of this debate, which is integrity, which then means that panel on that ground win because they don't engage us in any way. 2, what is integrity? That's the question that runs on this entire debate. The ability to do something right when it's not seen. All the alternatives they give you here require you to be on stage. They require you to perform. What does that then mean? They have no integrity on their side, which means that no case they gave here stands in this debate because they fail entirely to understand what we're arguing about today. 2, motion balance. We take performance on this budget. We as pro characterize our work. We give you why our side is better than theirs. They feel 100% to engage in social media and they try to actually eradicate it when it's the primary basis of modern day technology. All the technology alternatives they give require someone to be watched. I would have expected Side Up to come here and tell us about modern technologies that actually make surveillance not necessary. But what they tell us is that they don't actually engage. I would want to remind Side Up that AI lines will not help you in this motion. 3, we look at the stakeholders. Who best benefits the stakeholders? We look at the people, and at the end of the day, people are not doing what is right because social media is hiding them and surveillance is making them public, which means OP has no case at all because they fail to understand what this motion requires. I rest my case.
Okay, now briefly here, the argument of integrity is, as defined from the first speeches, doing the right without being watched. What puts one team aside was the argument that there's something, there's a device there that is going to force you to become what? Integral. And that's where the farmers take the day. Thank you so much.
It is a movement, a commitment to cultivate honesty, fairness, and accountability within ourselves and ultimately within our nation. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching you. Do you ask for the right amount of money for study tours from your parents? Do you always choose not to cheat in examinations? Do you always clean where you have eaten from, maybe after break time, lunchtime? If you don't, then you lack integrity. Uganda, like many countries, faces challenges in government and social integrity. Corruption, favoritism, and dishonesty can hold back development, deepen inequality, and erode trust in our institutions. But as members of Kibuli Secondary School, we are reminded that the fight against corruption begins not only in the halls of the parliament, boardrooms, anti-corruption courts, but here in our classrooms and dormitories. When a student chooses to return a lost item, clean a dirty area, simply speak the truth even when it is inconvenient, ask for the right amount of money for books, tours from their parents, then that student is practicing integrity. These small acts are not trivial. They shape who we become. Each honest choice strengthens our character, preparing us to be leaders who value justice and transparency. As integrity ambassadors, we understand that cultivating integrity in secondary school is like planting seeds in fertile soil. Over time, those seeds grow into values that guide our decisions, influence others, and inspire a culture of accountability. Take a moment and imagine a Uganda where leaders are chosen for competence and not their connections, where policies are implemented fairly, not pushed by personal gain, where citizens trust each other and fairness reigns. Our club is committed to promoting this vision, starting in our school and extending to our families, our communities, and ultimately our nation. We also recognize that this journey is not one we take alone. I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the school administrators, the teachers, and stakeholders who support Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club. Your guidance, encouragement, and beliefs in the potential of young people like us, it makes it possible for integrity to take root in our school. Without your support, our mission would remain a dream than a living practice And for my fellow students, remember, upholding honesty when no one is watching, upholding honestly and standing up for fairness may seem minor, but they prepare us to be leaders who can steer our country towards justice and transparency. Thank you all for your time, your support, and your commitment to integrity as we seek knowledge. Together we can grow not only as individuals, but a nation that values honesty, accountability, and justice. For God and my country.
The team from the IG office, the Board of Governors present, the head teacher, teaching and non-teaching staff, the patron Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club, the members of the Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club, prefects, students and large, ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon to you all. I am Sky Hawana Nyanzi, the head girl of this school, and I'm most honored to be a part of this great program. The Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club aims to develop, nurture, and empower proactive ambassadors of integrity and good governance. The club was started to see to it that the youth actively participate in the war against corruption and bad governance. Since the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow, the club is quintessential in bringing up honest, accountable, and responsible leaders of tomorrow's Uganda. Being part of the Integrity Club is not about being perfect. We all make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them, take accountability, and strive to improve. Integrity is built in those small, everyday choices, telling the truth, keeping promises, and refusing to cheat even when it seems easier. Here at Kibuli SS, one of our core values is integrity. Integrity as a core value essentially integrates all other values in us. An integral person is accountable, honest, respectful, responsible and courageous, hardworking and patriotic, patient, just, and has self-control. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the core values of the leaders of tomorrow, and they are the core values of the Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club. Warren Buffett, an American philanthropist and entrepreneur, once said, "In looking for people to hire, you look for three qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other two will kill you." In simple terms, this quote means integrity is the steering wheel, intelligence is the engine, and energy is the fuel. Without integrity, all other values do more harm than good. Therefore, I would like to appreciate the IG office for bringing this program to the youth, especially at this crucial level in secondary schools for character and mindset development. The Kibuli Secondary School Integrity Ambassadors Club will continue to ensure that integrity is the thought behind processes, the analysis that guides decision-making, and the value that drives all other values as we continue to seek knowledge. Thank you so much.